Okay, so now we're going to look at compound interest. Last lesson we looked at simple interest, and simple interest is where the interest is just paid once at the end. Compound interest is where it is paid all throughout. Okay, it gets added on more frequently instead of just at the end. And this is typically how interest is calculated in a real life scenario. So whether it be a home loan or an investment account, you get paid interest every month or so. And when that happens, that increases the amount that the interest is then calculated on. Okay, likewise with a loan, if you're making a payment on a loan over, say, 30 years, if you're going to be paying the interest, you want that interest for that month to be calculated on what the loan balance is, not what the original amount was that you actually borrowed. So it's kind of briefly looking at how compound interest is calculated. So before we go and look at a formula that helps us, if we had an amount, 23,000, 4% per annum compounded yearly for 2 years, what is the total value after 2 years? And we're actually going to use the simple interest formula to work that out. And there will be a quicker way to do it. Okay. So after 1 year, what would be the interest for 1 year? Well, interest is principal, 23,000, times by the rate, 4%, for 1 year. Okay, so 23,000 times 4% for 1 year, $920. So after that 1 year, that 920 is going to get added on. So I can work out what the amount is after that 1 year. So 23,000 plus the 920. So plus 23,000. Oh, that was an obvious one. 23,920. My brain is really in holiday mode at the moment. Okay, so now after 2 years, this time the principal isn't 23,000 anymore. It's a new amount. It's 23,920 because we've had that interest added on after the first year. It's still 4% and it's only for that second year, so times 1. Okay, so 23,920 times 4% is 956.80. So the final amount would be the amount that we started with at the start of that second year, 23,920 plus 956.80. To give 24,876.80. Okay, that's the total value of the investment at the end of the 2 years. Okay, and part B, what is the amount of compound interest earned? So looking at, well, how much was put into the account? 23,000 was put in. So the interest will be what the investment grew to, 24,876, minus the 23,000 that we started with. And so that's only 1,876.80 more. Okay, now you can see that's a lot of working. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines of working when there's a formula that's super easy to use. So the final amount is A, and P, R, and N still mean the same thing, but they're just written differently, and it gives us a nice formula to work with for compound interest. So simple interest is still I equals P, R, N. Compound interest, we've got that formula there. So 26,750, 4% for 3 years compounded annually. So this is P. We've got our interest rate there, and that is the time. Find the total amount of the investment. So A equals P, 1 plus R to the N, 26,750 times 1 plus the rate, which is 4%, to the power of 3. Now, sometimes you might see this written as a decimal. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes you'll see it like that instead of people using the percentage sign. So 26,750 times 1 plus 4%. I sometimes do it a bit quicker. I just write 1.04 to the power of 3. Whoops. Where did that go? To the power of 3. Okay, you can do plus 4% if you want to, or yeah, whatever. Just gives you the same answer. So we get 30,090.11. Always think too, does that make sense? To jump from here to here in 3 years. It's not too much extra. It's about, well, let's see how much extra it is. That's the total amount of the investment. If we want to work out how much interest was earned, interest would be the amount that the investment has grown to minus the amount that we started with, which is 26,750 minus 26,750, 3,340.11 in interest. That's not too bad. So for another example, straightforward, just using the formula, we've got an amount, 3.8% per annum for 5 years, compounded annually. So again, we've got our principal, our rate, and our time period here. The amount that it's grown to is P, 1 plus R to the N. Principal, 52,000. 1 plus 3.8% to the power of 5. Calculator, 52,000 power of 5 to get 62,659.96. Okay, and then say we wanted to work out, well, how much interest is that? How much has actually been made on the account? You just take the amount that it's grown to and subtract what you started with. And so you should get 10,659.96 in interest. Okay.